knew I forgot something. I was going to wear my glasses tonight where I could see how many's out there, but I didn't wear them. Have we got anybody out there? You just have to clap your hands and let me know. Not very many. Oh, that's better. On lead guitar tonight, Mr. Steve Goins. Would you make him welcome? Playing the drums, Mr. Mike Arthur Tedder. Fred Nelson on the first steel guitar. Bob Newberry on the second steel guitar. Randy Aiden on the piano. J.L. and Shirley singing harmony, and I'm David Goins. And good evening, everybody. We're going to have Billy Martin later on. We got a good show lined up for you. Hope you enjoy it. To start off, a song that Johnny Cash had out, Ring of Fire. Steve? Well, love is a burning flame, and it makes a fiery ring, bound by true desire. I fell into the ring of fire. I fell into that burning ring of fire. Went down, down, down. The flames, they went higher, and it burns, burns, burns. The ring of fire, the ring of fire. Mr. Steve. Is a burning flame, and it makes a fiery ring. I fell for you like a child, oh, but the fire went wild. I fell into that burning ring of fire, went down, down, down. The flames, they went higher, and it burns, burns, burns. The ring of fire, the ring of fire. It burns, burns, burns. The ring of fire, the ring of fire. All right, thank you. Tell you what, y'all just keep your part up like that tonight, all night. We'll just have a good show. We're here to get things going. Mr. Don Aiden, would you make Don welcome?
David, we're collecting a few along, ain't we?
You said you was cold, chill through and through when you came in. I bet you're not now.
No, it's a lot different up here.
It's warm
up here.
It's a different
story.
Feels so good.
Fort Worth beer just ain't no good. Or jealous, I've tried it night after night. 'Cause you're in someone else's arms. In Dallas, does Fort Worth ever cross your mind? Darling, while you're busy burning bridges, burn one for me if you get time. 'Cause your memory just ain't so easy faded. Does Fort Worth ever cross your mind? You left me here to be with him in Dallas, and I know it hurt you at the time. I wonder now if it makes a difference. Does Fort Worth ever cross your mind? be with him and dollars. And I know it hurt you at the time. Well, I wonder now if it makes a difference. Does Fort Worth ever cross your mind? Does Fort Worth ever? Does Fort Worth ever? Does Cowtown ever cross your mind? David, ain't we, me and you got a duet to do?
We sure do. This is in G chord and Pretty Peppy.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Gene and Jodine Kemp. Just stand up.
And we'll give you a hand.
Give you a hand.
Happy birthday to you.
Don, we was just a little bit late getting started tonight, and I decided we're gonna have to have a benefit show.
For Tedder?
For Tedder's poor old drums. Do you see the way he had that thing bandaged up?
He sure got it taped up.
He had to put 3 big rolls of tape on that tonight, so we may have to look at that and kind of have a benefit show to get that drum fixed up there.
I tell you what, the way he come in real slow, you know, I think his wife give him a whooping just before he left the house.
Well,
because he'd run till he almost got here and he acted like he'd give out, so I bet that was it, don't you?
I know why he's late. Tedder tried out some new shampoo tonight.
He did.
Yeah, notice how sparkly his hair is, everybody? Stand up, Tedder.
He is standing up. Sure
Ain't that hair pretty?
That's ice soap.
Marvin got him some new shampoo tonight, and Mike went in there and was reading the directions while he's in the shower. And it said, lather, rinse, and repeat. So he did. And lather, rinse, and repeat. He did again. Lather, rinse, and repeat. He said if he hadn't had such a small bottle, he'd been in there all night.
All right. I thought Don did a real good job. How about it for Don Aiden? Here's a fellow, keep it going, Mr. Charlie Howard. Come on, Charlie.
I'm going to do this one for my wife. I did it this afternoon, and she said, do that song something like Scratching Up Bones. Last night I dug your picture out of our old dresser drawer, laid it on the table, talked to it till 4. I read some old love letters until the break of dawn. Tonight I'm sitting alone, digging up bones. I'm digging up bones. I'm digging up bones.
I'm digging up bones.
Exhuming things that's better left alone. I'm resurrecting memories of the love that's dead and gone. Tonight I'm sitting alone, digging up bones. I went through the jewelry and I found our wedding ring. Put mine on my finger and I gave yours a fling. Across that lonely bedroom of our recent broken home. Tonight I'm sitting alone, digging up bones. I'm digging up bones.
I'm digging up bones.
I'm digging up bones.
I'm digging up bones.
Exhuming things that's better left alone. I'm resurrecting memories of the love that's dead and gone. Tonight I'm sitting alone, digging up bones.
Digging up bones.
I went through your closet and I found some things in there, like that pretty negligee that I bought you to wear. I recall how good you looked each time you had it on. Tonight I'm sitting alone, digging up bones. I'm digging up bones.
I'm digging up bones.
I'm digging up bones.
I'm digging up bones.
Exhuming things that's better left alone. I'm resurrecting memories of the love that's dead and gone. Tonight I'm sitting alone, digging up bones. I'm digging up bones.
I'm digging up bones.
I'm digging up bones.
I'm digging up bones.
Exhuming things that's better left alone. I'm digging memories of the love that's dead and gone. Tonight I'm sitting alone, digging up bones. Yeah, tonight I'm sitting alone, digging up bones.
Digging up bones.
Thank y'all. Now I'm gonna get some help out here and do one about an ugly old girl. I've been talking about it for a long time, and I didn't know they've got I saw a video the other day of it's called Elvira, and that's what we're gonna do right now. Where's Denny at?
I'm right here.
Don't slip up on my blind side, son. Elvira, Elvira, my heart's on fire. Elvira, well, giddy up, giddy up, high old silver, hey way. Eyes that look like heaven, lips like cherry wine. That little girl could sure make my little light shine. I ain't gonna jump and holler, 'cause I saved up $25. I'm gonna see that preacher man. I'm singing Elvira, Elvira. My heart's on fire, Elvira. Well, now giddy up, giddy up, high old silver, hey way. Play it, somebody. Tonight I'm gonna meet her at the Hungry House Cafe. I'm gonna give her all the love I can.
Yes,
I am. She's gonna jump and holler, 'cause I saved up my last $4. We're gonna search and find that preacher man. I'm singing Elvira, Elvira. My heart's on fire, Elvira. Well, now giddy up, giddy up, high old silver, hey way. I'm singing Elvira, Elvira. My heart's on fire, Elvira. Well, now giddy up, giddy up, high old silver, hey way. High old silver, hey way. Thank y'all.
Thank you, Charlie. I'll tell you what, that Elvira Must have been quite a gal. Here's another one. Does a real good job of singing a country song. Miss Shirley Pitcher, would you make Shirley welcome tonight?
I think it got winter on us again, didn't it?
Yep.
Bought a ticket to Seattle, but I can't get to the plane. That's too high. Bought a ticket to Seattle, but I can't get to the plane. Every time I leave you, I keep running out of change. My hunger for your loving never gives me any slack, but if I ever break away, I'm never coming back to these chains, shackles and chains. No matter what it takes, someday I'm gonna break these chains, shackles and chains. These love-taking, heart-breaking, cold heart, lonely making chains. You never try to hold me till you see me walking out. I guess you'd rather be with me than ever be without. You call me back and kiss me and my heart begins to sing, when I know that all you're doing's taking up another link in these chains, shackles and chains. No matter what it takes, someday I'm gonna break these chains, shackles and chains. These love-taking, heart-breaking, cold heart, lonely making chains. Love was never meant to be a one-way street. I was never meant to be falling at your feet. You got me where you want me and I don't know what to do. You don't belong to me, but I belong to you in these chains, shackles and chains. No matter what it takes, someday I'm gonna break these chains, shackles and chains. These love-taking, heart-breaking, cold heart, lonely making chains. Shackles and chains. No matter what it takes, someday I'm gonna break these chains, shackles and chains. These love-taking, heart-breaking, cold heart, lonely making chains. Let's see if I can get my little brother up here, and we're going to do Golden Ring for Miss Aiden. David? Help us.
No, go ahead. I'll go.
Here you go. I'll get over there.
In a pawn shop in Chicago,
On a sunny summer day, a couple gazes at the wedding rings there on display. She smiles and nods her head. He says, honey, that's for you. It's not much, but it's the best that I can do. Golden rings with one tiny little stone lying there for someone to take it home by itself. It's just a gold metallic thing Only love can make a golden wedding ring.
In a little country chapel,
Later on that afternoon, an old upright piano plays an old familiar tune.
as
Tears roll down her face, happy thoughts run through her head, as he whispers, Lord, with this ring I thee wed. Golden rings with one tiny little stone lying there. But at last it found a home by itself. It's just a cold metallic thing. Only love can make a golden wedding ring.
in a small two-roomed apartment, as they fight their final round.
He says you won't admit it, but I know you're leaving town.
She says one thing's for certain,
I don't love you anymore, and throws down the ring as she walks out the door. Golden ring with one tiny little stone cast aside, like the love that's dead and gone by itself. It's just a cold metallic thing. Only love can make a golden wedding ring.
in a pawn shop
In Chicago, on a sunny summer day, a couple gazes at the wedding rings there on display. Golden ring.
Thank you.
Miss Shirley Pitcher. Thank you, Shirley. And now you'll probably do an instrumental. Mr. Charlie B., would you make Charlie welcome tonight? Charlie, I didn't know this program. If you was going to pick an instrumental, if you was going to sing an instrumental.
Well, I'll just wear this thing kind of like a woman wears her purse. We'll do one called Rebel Router. Key of E. Thank you. I want to do this song, if I can. I want to dedicate it to Joe Veen and Gene Kemp and Miss Aiden. She likes this one. It's an old Warner Mac song called Bridge Washed Out. Well, the bridge is washed out. I can't swim and my baby's on the other side. And I woke this morning, the rain was a-pouring down. I was going away, the little river girl just over the bridge across town. Now I'm running up and down the river. My nerves are driving me wild, 'cause the bridge is washed out. I can't swim and my baby's on the other side. Oh, rain, stop falling. Dark clouds heavy from the sky. The preacher and my brides are waiting. Yeah, my wedding bells are starting to chime. I can't kiss and hold her. It's driving me out of my mind, 'cause the bridge is washed out. I can't swim and my baby's on the other side. Well, I got one foot in the water, one foot solid on the ground. I try to swim that raging old river, but I know if I try I'll drown. There's not a boat around me, they've all gone out with the tide, 'cause the bridge is washed out. I can't swim and my baby's on the other side. Play it, Randy. Mr. Randy Aiden. Got one foot in the water, one foot solid on the ground. I try to swim that raging old river, but I know if I try I'll drown. There's not a boat around me, they've all gone out with the tide, 'cause the bridge is washed out. I can't swim and my baby's on the other side. Yeah, the bridge is washed out. I can't swim and my baby's on the other side. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Charlie B. I'll tell you what, they talk about grandparents, how proud they are of their grandkids. Well, I'm kind of proud of my family, so I'm going to recognize them if you'll indulge me. Have my wife, Judy, here tonight, and 3 of my daughters, Rebecca. And I'm going to tell you something about this next daughter. For the last 3 years, we've had some Japanese students come over to school and spend a couple of weeks with families over here. From a school in Japan, they'd come over here and spend a couple of weeks with us. We've had one of the girls before, and we've got another one this time. Well, in July, one of our crew is, some of our crew is going to Japan to spend a couple of weeks. Well, it's pretty expensive for the airline ticket and all that sort of stuff, so they got to enter an essay deal, write an essay when they wanted to go to Japan, and the winner got an expense-paid trip to Japan for 2 weeks. So my daughter Beverly won that this year, #1 in essay. I was real proud of that. Also, my 3rd daughter here tonight, all the way from Japan, Nami. I wouldn't even try to say that last name. Would you stand up and let us welcome you to the United States? All right. Of course, I have my son here, and he's going to do the next show, dedicate this to Nami. Mr. Steve Goins, would you make him welcome tonight?
Everybody knows where you go when the sun goes down. I think you only live to see the lights of town. I wasted my time and I will try. The lights are lost to glow, you're gonna cry. Well, I lie awake at night and wait till you come in. You stay a little while and then you're gone again. For every question that I ask, I get it lie. Well, every lie you tell, you're gonna cry. You're gonna cry, and you'll cry alone. But everyone's forgotten and you're left on your own. You're gonna cry. Well, soon your sugar daddies will all be gone. You'll wake up some cold day and find you're alone. You'll call for me and I'm gonna tell you bye. As you lost the glow, you're gonna cry. You're gonna cry, and you'll cry alone. And everyone's forgotten and you're left on your own. You're gonna cry. You're gonna cry, and you'll cry alone. And everyone's forgotten and you're left on your own. You're gonna cry. You're gonna cry. All right, Randy. All right. Thank y'all very much. Mr. Doy Pennell, I'll call on you. Walk softly on this heart of mine. I was going to sing a new one I wrote. Oh, I wrote a new song. I had it all ready to do tonight. It's called Even If I Had Mirrors on the Ceiling, I Can't See Me Loving You. I was going to dedicate it to Dolly Parton. I guess I'll go ahead and do Walk Softly, though. You say you're sorry once again, dear. You want me to take you back once more. You say you need a helping hand, dear. Oh, but that's what you told me once before. Walk softly on this heart of mine, love. Don't treat it mean and so unkind. Let it rest in peace and quiet, love. Walk softly on this heart of mine. Walk on. Someday you'll find a new love. Now that your heart is turned to stone, so let me down real easy, 'cause loneliness moves in and you move on. Walk softly on this heart of mine, love. Don't treat it mean, it's so unkind. Let it rest in peace and quiet, love. softly on this heart of mine. Walk softly on this heart of mine. All right. Boy, I'll tell you what, we got a hot 30 minutes lined up for you right now. Minus 2 songs. My 2. This next singer we got coming out here, Mr. Denny Smith, gonna do a couple of real hot ones for you. How about it for Denny tonight?
You better get the fire started if you want them hot.
Okay, Bob.
You started it.
I was doing fine till you showed up this morning. And I got that feeling that I thought was gone. I was doing fine till you showed up this morning. Oh, I feel another heartbreak coming on. I didn't have enough time to get over. Just from dusk till dawning, dawn till dawn. I was doing fine till you showed up this morning. Oh, I feel another heartbreak coming on. Mr. Bob Newberry. Taught myself to get along without you. It took weeks to make things right. You made wrong. Just like that, you shattered all I've worked for. Oh, I feel another heartbreak coming on. I didn't have enough time to get over. Just from dawn till dark and dark till dawn. I was doing fine till you showed up this morning. Oh, I feel another heartbreak coming on. I feel another heartbreak coming on. Thank you. Thank you very much. If I could get my wife come out here, and we'll try to get through one. Today I started loving you again. Now I'm right back where I've really always been. I got over you just long enough to let my heartache mend. And today I started loving you again. What a fool I was to think I could get by. with only these few million tears I've cried. Well, I should have known the worst yet to come, and that crying time for me had just begun. 'Cause today I started loving you again. Now I'm right back where I've really always been. I got over you just long enough to let my heartaches mend. And today I started loving you again. Okay, Steve. I got over you just long enough to let my heartaches mend. And today I started loving you again. Thank you.
Mighty fine. Tell you what, she just left the stage. Let's get her right on back out here, Miss Elaine Smith.
Bob? That cry, cry, cry. G?
I done done that song.
I'm gonna cry a different way. At last I found a way to free myself of you and lose all the heartaches that you put me through. I thought my world had ended when you said goodbye. Now I have 3 ways to ease the pain. Cry, cry, cry. I cry when I get lonely, sometimes when I'm blue. I cry when I think about the tears I've cried for you. Maybe someday I'll get over you as time goes by, and I'll have 3 ways to ease the pain. Cry, cry, cry. Okay, Fred. Maybe someday all the hurt will wash the tears away and drown all my sorrow. I pray for that day, until the day when all my tears tears are dry. I'll have 3 ways to ease the pain. Cry, cry, cry. I cry when I get lonely, sometimes when I'm blue. I cry when I think about the tears I cried for you. Maybe someday I'll get over you as time goes by. I'll have 3 ways to ease the pain. Cry, cry, cry. Yes, I'll have 3 ways to ease the pain. Cry, cry, cry. Thank you. Is this how it is when it's over? Between a woman and man, must tomorrow just keep on being today all over again? You made it look so easy, falling for somebody new. But I must be going about it all wrong, for I just can't stop loving you. Is this how it is when it's over? Between a woman and man, must tomorrow just keep on being today all over again? This morning I reached out to touch you, a habit I've held for so long. But I just start hurting all over again, like I have ever since you've been gone. Is this how it is when it's over? Between a woman and man, must tomorrow just keep on being today all over again? Today all over again. Thank you.
All right, next up on the list, we're going to get Randy Aiden to play an instrumental for you. He said he's going to do some kind of a waltz for you tonight. Tell you what, I'm just about out of time for my show, so we're going to let him close out the rest of my show with a real fast hot one. What's it going to be? All right, thank y'all.
All right. How about it for Steve and Randy and all the guests on that show? I thought they did a fantastic job. I was just thinking of that peppy tune that dance that Beverly and Nami's doing. We go with that a while ago. That's an inside joke. To keep things going, a fella does a real good job. Mr. Don Aiden, would you make Don welcome tonight?
Thank you, David. I believe we've collected a few more, hadn't we?
Sure have.
We was back there, old Billy, he's having to do a little rehearsing, and we were running through some of his material. He may even fire Yuns and Horace Sterl and Charlie Howard.
Up better on my waiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. I went back home, my mother was gone, and my brothers and sisters too. They were crying, oh, that's crying. What a home so sad and blue. Will that circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky.
Thank you, Bonnie. That's real good when a fella don't even know he's on the program, ain't it? Just get him out of the audience. Steve, get up here and help me and David. We've got some more bills to pay. Let's get this in a little pepper, and we got the other one. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, David Goins.
How about that?
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Tell you
I
what,
was trying to forget that.
I found out a while ago how old he is. No, he's 39. No, he's 29. Yeah, he's 29. Aunt Lou said she was 10 years old when Dad was born, and she said for the last 5 years that she was 39. So that that makes him 29, don't it?
David, I'm going to sing you a little bit of a song. Well, don't be ashamed of your age. Well, don't let your age get you down. This old book of time has never lost a page. I've had it with me in my old hometown. Don't be ashamed, yet you're a man, 'cause you had more girls than Babe ever had. Boys, you ain't playing with me. Has never lost a page, so don't be ashamed of your age, David. Don't be ashamed of your age. Thank you. I tell you, I've got to do a part of one song, kind of get out of here and get somebody else on. I don't know. We've got an old boy that we're going to get on here in a minute. I told him he was here 5-6 months ago, and I told him it would be a cold day before I'd have him anymore, and so it went to sleet and snowing this morning. I called him. He's in a jailhouse now. He's in a jailhouse now. Yes, I told him all again to quit drinking whiskey, lay off of that gin. He's in a jailhouse now. Well, I had a friend named Ramblin' Bob who used to steal, gamble, and rob. He tried everything that was low down. I was out tomcatting one night when he started a big fight. Then a big policeman came and knocked him down. He's in a jailhouse now. He's in a jailhouse now. Yes, I told him again to quit drinking whiskey, lay off of that gin. He's in a jailhouse now. Thank you.
All right, how about it for Don Aiden, his guest? I thought they had a good show. But here's a fella that's just awful windy, so we're going to get him to use that wind to play that French harp. Mr. Sterl Thomas, would you make Sterl welcome tonight? You do have to be windy to blow that
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
He's got that part, don't he?
Yeah, you got that right. D chord.
Thank you, Mr. Sterl Thomas. A fellow that does a real good job singing backups, singing for us, Mr. J.L. Grooms. Would you make him welcome tonight?
Tell you what, I've been working on a new Keith Whitley. He passed away here a while back, but he's got a one out on charts now that I like a whole lot, and I hope y'all like it. Where there's clouds don't mean there's rain. Tears in my eyes don't mean there's pain. Don't flatter yourself, I'm over you. Things aren't always what they seem. You can't believe everything you read on my face. I'm over you. You've heard I'm drinking more than I should, that I ain't been looking all that good. And someone told you I was taking it rough. Now why are they making those stories up? Thank you. When I'm over you. There were times if you'd been around, you would have seen me broken down. But now what? I'm over you. So if I seem a little bit cold, it only means you've lost the hold you've had on me. I'm over you. You've heard I'm drinking more than I should, that I ain't been looking all that good. And someone told you I was taking it rough. Now why are they making those stories up? When I'm over you. Now you've heard I'm drinking more than I should, that I ain't been looking all that good. And someone told you I was taking it rough. Now why are they making those stories up? When I'm over you. I'm over you. Thank you. You were the first thing that I thought of when I thought I drank you off my mind. And I get lost in the liquor, you're the only one I find. If I did the things I ought to, you still would not be mine. So I keep a tight grip on the bottle, getting loose and killing time. Just killing time. It's killing me. Drinking myself blind, thinking I won't see. That's when I cross that line and they buried me. Well, you just might find I've been killing time for eternity. I don't know nothing about tomorrow. I've been lost in yesterday. I spent all my life just dying for a love that's passed away. Oh, there's an end to all my sorrow. This is the only price I'll pay. I'll be a happy man when I go, and I can't wait another day. And this killing time, it's killing me. Drinking myself blind, thinking I won't see. That's when I cross that line and they bury me. Well, you just might find I've been killing time for eternity. Yeah, you just might find I've been killing time for eternity. Give the country music makers a big hand now. Thank you a whole lot. You've been a good audience.
Thank you, J.L. Grooms. A couple of guys that always do a real good job have done good tonight. We've kind of let them off easy. Let's just get them to do a steel guitar song. Fred Nelson and Bob Newberry on the steel guitars. It's on there. All right, good job, fellas. Come on out here, Don.
I'm going to give somebody else that center mic, David.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe I'd forgot my right guard and you was on my left side.
That's right. I tell you this next fella, David, we're going to have out here. I've got an old poster of him back in the back here. The first time I ever met this fella was over at Monet. But I'm going to give you the opportunity of introducing this next fella, David, and they'll know who it is.
Okay, would you give a big Paragould welcome to Mr. Billy Martin? How about it for Billy tonight?
Well, I pulled into Nashville at 3 a.m. just a month ago today. I had a bunch of songs about some truck driving men. I couldn't even give them away. Truck driving songs are out of style and my money's about to give out. I guess I'm out of luck. I can't sell the truck on 16th Avenue South. Well, that little gal that I left behind, she thinks I'm gonna be a big star. I get my foot in the door, but my foot's getting sore. I guess I'm not getting too far. Well, if I had her smile for a little while, in my mind there's no doubt I'd make my little gal rich and get a hit on 16th Avenue South. Get 'em, Dave!
hit a spot on the record shop. I sit and lied to Ralph Emery all night. I hung around Tootsie's and Line Ball's Cafe. I sung on the Opry twice. Nobody wants to cut my hits. The ballad's paying out. I guess I'm out of luck. I can't make a buck on 16th Avenue South. Well, I'll stay for a while. I'll change my style. Keep making the rounds every day. I write about wars and some about bars, 'cause they're selling on the market today. Well, if I keep on fighting and keep on writing and give them something good to sing about, you'll buy me some stock in one city block on 16th Avenue South. You'll buy me some stock in one city block on 16th Avenue South. All right. Oh, I'll tell you. These old boys that make some music back here, turn it off.
Turn it to the right, Billy.
Okay. All right. Don't know nothing about machinery. Shouldn't even be fooling with it. But I think this band deserves a great big round of applause. Ain't they great? I tell you, boy, not used to all that physical running. I carried a band for about 25 years out on the road, and it's kind of rough to just walk in on stage and sing with just any old band. And it's certainly a pleasure to play with good musicians. Appreciate it, fellas. We're going to do some of the songs that I have out on a brand new album, and also some of the oldies throw in there too. And I remember we was talking, Don and I was talking about backstage about the show that I did. I guess it must have been 1965, I guess it was. And I came over in this part of the country and did some radio promo. And a little boy by the name of Gerald Hatley was a disc jockey on the Monette radio station at that time. And I thought he was so good that I took him on the road with me and changed his name to Jerry J. And he's forever using that name since then and went on to be a big star in his own right. But anyway, he was a disc jockey there, and I left the Monette station, went over to Paragould, and on the way over, I was driving on this road that used to be an old gravel road, and I remembered that I used to live on that road. And after I finished and went on to the radio station and came back and talked to some people around there, they knew my grandpa and grandma and everybody. They didn't know me because I wasn't much bigger than a 7-pound bag of potatoes, but about 5 or 6 years old, I guess. But on the way back to Nashville, I kept remembering all these places that I went to and checked it out one whole afternoon. And I went back home and wrote this song and recorded it, and it goes something like this, fellas, about the Gear of E. It goes like, I just returned to my hometown. I came back to look around and to reminisce with friends I left behind. There was my best buddy Jim. I sure wanted to see him, but they tell me he don't live here anymore. Thank you. Everything has changed since I went away. I couldn't even find the old home place. And the school where I used to go is replaced by a brand new road. Yesterday, I'm a stranger in my hometown. Somebody do it. Then I asked for Mary Lou. They said, I thought you knew that she's resting on the hill above our town. Now I'm sorry I returned, for I feel so all alone. Yesterday, I'm a stranger in my hometown. Everything has changed since I went away. I couldn't even find the old home place, and the school where I used to go is replaced by a brand new road. Yesterday, I'm a stranger in my hometown. Yesterday, I'm a stranger in my hometown.
Good song.
Thank you so much. And this is almost like home to me. I was born on a 9-foot pig sack just on the other side of the Arkansas line over close to Cardwell, and grew up till I was about 2 years old, and then moved up to Sykeston, Missouri, and spent most of my childhood days there. And finally my folks moved up to Michigan to work in them shock absorber factories, and I didn't care much for that, so I went to playing records as a disc jockey and got into the country music business and moved back to Nashville, and stayed there for about 15 years. And I don't think they even know I was there. And it's something to do with the timing of the universe, I guess. Anyway, I never became a big star, but I had a lot of fun, wrote a lot of songs, and I even got a hat that says Billy Who on it. And so you know, they didn't miss me very much when I left that part of the country. The last time I was here, Don told you, that he said it's sure going to be a cold day before we have this guy back, and so he called me this morning and said it's pretty cold, that we better bring you back down here. And I had just gotten out of the hospital, and I speak that Jimmy Newman says I was kind of sick last time I was down here, and I'm not much better off now, but I use that as an excuse in case I don't do a good job. See, I can say, well, I'm sick. But I will ask somebody if they'll bring me a glass of water. I'm not a drinker. I drank enough in my younger days to do me for 100 years, so I quit it a long time ago. But my throat's really dry because I am taking some medication. Don't worry, I'm not going to fall out because I got props back here to hold me up, just in case, that I do get too tired or something. But my throat's a little bit dry, and I'm sure that you wouldn't mind if I take a drink of water to kind of get me through all this. This young man stepping up here to bring the water is my nephew, and I literally mean that. He's actually my stepbrother's son, Chuck King. A lot of y'all might remember Chuck around this part of the country, played lead guitar, done a fine job, and he's a fine specimen of a musician himself. Thank you, Travis. Travis King, get him a big hand, would you please? Don has been doing a song that I know he's been claiming it was his, and so I'm scared to sing it. No, I'm just kidding, Don. This is one of the songs in our new album, and bless Don for singing it. He does such a fine job on it that I'm almost scared to do it, but anyway, it is in our new album, and we'd like to do it for you. Fellas, I do it in the gear of A. She loves me like I wanted you to do, in so many ways she reminds me of you. The softness of her gentle touch is something new, but most of all, she loves me like I wanted you to do. She's proud to tell her friends that she's mine, and happiness surrounds her all the time. Well, it's a different kind of love I'm getting used to, but most of all, she loved me like I wanted you to do. All right. She's proud to tell her friends that she's mine, and happiness surrounds her all the time. But it's a different kind of love I'm getting used to. But most of all, she loves me like I wanted you to do. Most of all, she loves me like I wanted you to do. Thank you. Thank you so much. You know, it's always an honor to have another artist sing a song that you wrote. And I heard Don do that song, and I'm really pleased with the way he does it. Maybe he'll record it and make me a lot of money. That'd be all right, wouldn't it? Y'all excuse me, I got to have another drink.
Why? There's nobody here but us.
Here's a song that I'd like to do for you, one of my favorite numbers. And this old boy, we don't ordinarily plug the artists because they get all the plugging they need anyway. But this boy recorded this song a long time ago, and he's one of my favorite singers. And you might have remembered his version of Four Walls, about the Gervais fellas. Out where the bright lights are glowing, you're drawn like a moth to a flame. You laugh while the wine's overflowing, while I sit and whisper your name. Four walls to hear me, four walls to see, four walls too near me, closing in on me. Thank you. All right. One night with you is like heaven. So while I'm walking the floor, I listen for steps in the hallway and wait for your knock on my door. Four walls to hear me, four walls to sing, four walls too near me, closing in on me. Do it again. One night with you is like heaven. So while I'm walking the floor, I listen for steps in the hallway and wait for your knock on my door. For walls to hear me, for walls to sing, for walls too near me, closing in on me, closing in on me. Thank you, thank you. Well, I didn't know I was going to have this much fun. We expected a few more people, but of course, I guess everybody read it in the paper and heard I was going to be here and stayed away by the thousands. But for those of you that did come by, we certainly appreciate every one of you, because it only takes two to make a crowd. And as long as you're having a good time, that's all that counts for it. So far, have I done anything wrong? All right. Thank you. Appreciate it. We'll just keep on doing it then. We mentioned we had a brand new album coming out, and we've also got a single that's been taken from the album and just recently released. And the cassette album will be out in about 3 weeks, I believe that's right. And later on this summer, the big album will be out. So be looking forward. We'll do a couple more songs from it. And also, before we close out the show, we'll do the new 45 for you. I mentioned that I lived in Nashville for about 15 years. And got tired of the fast lane and decided to go west. I don't know why, because they say go west, young man. I was already an old man at that age, but I still decided to go west anyway. I got out there and fell in love with a little Mormon girl, and she figured that I ought to be doing something else besides playing guitar. And she's right, because after 20 years, if you ain't done something, it's about time you quit. But we made it just fine for a while, and I hung up my guitar for about 3 years, and we was living happily ever after. And then after caught up with me one day, and I took the guitar down out of the closet, and of course you know the rest of the story. Page 2, she says, well, I guess you're just going to have to leave. You're going to get that old guitar down. So I said, well, you know, I had 7 years of it anyway. So I took off. In the meantime, while I was out there, I wrote this song about her, and we got it on the album. I think we'll do it the Wyoming girl, you left your mark on me. Wyoming girl, you never set me free. You held me in your arms, you thrill me with your charms. Wyoming girl, you left your mark on me. You're like the mountains where I found you, so tall and beautiful, like the peaks that reach the sky. I love you, pretty lady, and I could never say goodbye. Wyoming girl, you left your mark on me. Wyoming girl, you never set me free. You held me in your arms, you thrilled me with your charms. Wyoming girl, you left your mark on me. All right! We've got mountains tall in Tennessee and the Grand Ole Opry. So leave your Wyoming mountains and run away with me. Wyoming girl, you left your mark on me. Wyoming girl, you never set me free. You held me in your arms, you thrilled me with your charms. Wyoming girl, you left your mark on me. Wyoming girl, you left your mark on me. Thank you. Thank you. A little bit of thank you, Wyoming girl. Woo. Mercy. Ain't we having fun? This next song I'd like to do, hold on just a minute. Whew. Getting hot up here.
Really don't need that coat.
Boy, that's good, I'll tell you. This next song, there's a little story goes with it. It seems like there's always a story that goes with every song. I didn't write the song, but I wish I had. But the old boy that recorded it, I met him in 1964. A bunch of us were doing a tour out in Montana, Wyoming and Idaho and out through that area. And we were in Helena, Montana. And after the evening show was over, some kids came backstage and said, there's a black boy out front that would like to come back and talk to you. And so this black boy came back and talked to us, and he was driving a coal truck for some people out there in Butte, Montana, and said his name was Charlie Pride. And he had to leave, and, of course, we'd never heard him sing. And on the way back to Nashville, Billy Grammer said, he said, we ought to take that old boy back to Nashville with him and put him on TV. And I said, well, you don't even know if he can sing or not. And he said, well, it wouldn't make no difference. It's a first, and he said he'd probably be a star. But it proved out about a year later, he came to Nashville, and he really could sing. And this is one of my favorite songs of his. Fellas, about the D. Sometimes I want to throw my arms around you, and I tremble at the thought of giving in, because I know how much it costs to love you, and I'm so afraid of losing you again. If heaven could only hear my heart's confession, wanting you would be my greatest sin. But I'm glad that you're no longer my possession, 'cause I'm so afraid of losing you again. Thank you, Biggest. To you revives the sorrow that wakes me up and tells me I can't win. I'd like to wake up in your arms tomorrow, but I'm so afraid of losing you again. Yes, I'm so afraid of losing you again. Thank you so much. While I was cutting this album, I decided to write a song. I hadn't written anything in about 4 or 5 years. You go on a streak, and you write a bunch of songs. Sometimes you just drop your hat or something, and you write 2 or 3 songs. But this was a void in my life, I guess, and I wasn't doing much of anything exciting. But all at once, I decided to write some more, and I remembered about playing some of those old honky-tonks out in Montana, and I went back home after I cut the first part of the session and sat down and wrote this song, and it's in the album. It's called I'm Gonna Love Her If I Can. It goes like this. I met her at the Cowboy Bar, Montana. She must be a rodeo queen. She walked in and took the table by the bandstand. She was the prettiest thing I ever seen. She smiled and asked me to sing my favorite love song and play it especially for her. The lovely lady makes me warm all over. I know I'm gonna love her if I can. I thank the love this lady from Montana. I know she wants me for her loving man. I'd like to run away with her forever. I know I'm gonna love her if I can. I think I love this lady from Montana. I know she wants me for her loving man. I'd like to run away with her forever. I know I'm gonna love her if I can. I know I'm gonna love her if I can. Thank you so much. A little bit of a thing called I Know I'm Gonna Love Her If I Can. I recorded the song in the album that I thought it was my best song, and I was waiting for some time later down the road to, record this song as a single, and the song hadn't been recorded in 40 years, I guess. A boy by the name of Jimmy Davis recorded it. And I guess when you snooze, you lose, so they say. I was watching the Ralph Emery show because I love country music, and every time I get a chance to watch CMT or Nashville Now or whatever, I'm always watching it. And Bill Anderson came out and said he just cut a new album. He sang a song called Supper Time. And I recorded Supper Time I started this album almost a year ago, and it took me like 6 months to complete it and get all the songs in it. And that was one of the first songs I did, called Supper Time. And I love the song so much, and it's probably the best song in my album. And I rewrote the recitation part in it, and I hope I can do it for you. when I was a little kid, I used to just follow my mother around, and I thought she was the greatest thing that ever breathed. And I guess most little boys do that, their mother. And my mother and dad split when I was quite young, and then she remarried when I was like 7 or 8 years old. And so I sat down, and I had one brother, and I wrote the recitation part about my brother and my mother and me and supper time. So I'm going to try my best to do it. And let me talk to the band just a minute, and I'll need another glass of water too. So hang on. I'm going to do the singing part of it, and after we finish the singing part, just pick the singing part all the way through while I'm talking. Somewhere in the line, I'll come back and finish it up on the singing part. Is that all right? Can we do it that way? Supper time? We'll try it and hope it comes off good anyway. Many years ago... Wait a minute. I'm always doing stuff in E. Let's change that to D. I'm singing a little bit lower tonight, but Don went out and bought some stuff, for our throats, and I'd never used it before. Whew, boy, it sure is good, but it's better when you use it with steak. But he didn't have no steak with it, but... it works out pretty good. I thought he brought this out, I thought he'd ordered a steak for me, and he said, no steak, just A1 sauce. And so he said, take that, and I said, you're the boss, I'll try it. And after I got up off of the ground, I was just singing like a bird. But of course, I'd rather be singing like a human being. But anyway, it worked out all right. So I'm gonna go down thank you, appreciate that. Let's do it indeed. Many years ago in days of childhood, I used to play till evening shadows come, and winding down an old familiar pathway, I would hear my mother call at set of sun. Come home, it's supper time. The shadows lengthen so fast. Come home, it's supper time. We're going home at last. Some of the fondest memories of my childhood were woven around supper time. When Mother used to call from the back porch of the old home place, come on home now, Billy, it's supper time. Ah, those were good times. And I remember that I used to think how great it would be if it was just Mother and me. Well, brother grew up and got married and moved off to the big city. And in later years, God called Daddy home. And now it's just Mother and me. But someday soon, we're going to go to meet Daddy for the greatest supper time of all, in that land where God is King and life is eternity, for little brother, Mother, and me. Come home, it's supper time. The shadows lengthen so fast. Come home, it's supper time. We're going home at last. Thank you. Bill, I don't care if you did record in an album, we're going to go ahead and release it in our album too. So there. And if any of you see Bill Anderson, tell him I said so. Thank you. I promised I'll try to do both sides of my new record release, and I just got a call from the record company. We just signed with this record company. Bless their hearts, I used to record for them, and they bought another company, and they was gracious enough to release me as their first artist on Texas Gold Records. And we'd like to remind you that we do have some of the records here tonight. If you'd like to have one of them after the show, I'd be glad to autograph it for you. We got some T-shirts and also some something else, pictures, I guess it is. And so if any of you want some of those, well, we'd be glad to work out a payment plan for you. But I don't really need the money, but all the people that I owe needs it pretty bad. So, you know, coming down here in the wintertime like it takes more gas, you know. So if you'd like to have one of them, we'd like to do it for you. We're going to do the slow one first. I'd like to mention that I'm kind of proud of this album. It's the first time that I had a chance to do the things that I wanted to do the way I wanted to do them. And a long time ago, I've always believed in true, good, hardcore country music. And I turned down a chance to record on a major label because they wanted me to sing like country pop and not use fiddle and steel guitar. And I said, no, thank you. And of course, I remained poor all my life, but that shows how smart I am. But it's not what you do, it's what you want to do. And if you're doing what you want to do, I think you'll be rewarded for it. So we look around now and everybody's singing country music, of course, and maybe I'm 25 years too late, I don't know. But anyway, on this album, I got to do the things that I wanted to do, and I'm real proud of it. As a matter of fact, one of your boys right here in town played fiddle on it. Fine fiddle player, 16 years old fiddle player, and he done a great job on it, and I'm sure proud to have him on. I don't know if you folks know him or not, but his name's John Conley. And he played fiddle on the record and done a fine, fine job. Good little musician. I think that you're going to hear a lot more about this boy. But I wrote 7 of the songs in the album, and so they're strictly country. So if you look for them, I'm sure we're going to have, the album will be out soon. And like I said, if you like it, we'll go out and buy a whole sack full of them. And if you don't, just don't say anything, and nobody will know the difference anyway, you know. So anyway, this is a thing that I wrote a long time ago, and I never did record it, but I always kind of wanted to. And it's called If It Pleases You. Fellas, we do that in E, I believe. Let's see, let me make sure. She loves me like I wanted you to do. No, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. I did that one time on another song. I did the Crazy Arms, then turned around and done My Shoes Keep Walking Back to You, and I just done Crazy Arms over again. 2 of those songs sound so much alike, maybe I should change the names of them. Let's see. Oh, that wasn't no good anyway. We'll think of it and we'll do the other side. The up-tempo one goes like this. If it's loving that you want, well, I've got it. Baby, don't look for someone new. If it's true love that you want, look no further. I've been saving all of my love for you. Well, a preacher we will find, these words will say I do. I'll hold you close to me and whisper I love you. If it's loving that you want, well, I've got it. Baby, don't look for someone new. If it's true love that you want, look no further. I've been saving all of my love for you. Guitar! Well, the preacher we will find, these words will say I do. I hold you close to me and whisper I love you. If it's loving that you want, well, I've got it. Baby, don't look for someone new. If it's true love that you want, look no further. I've been saving all of my love for you. Turn it around. way of life you're living don't become you. What's happened to the girl I used to know? You gave up the home of love to live with strangers in a dingy bar room with the lights turned low. But if it pleases you to spend your time here, then I won't be the one to stand in your way. And if you ever need me, I'll come running. No, I wouldn't change it if it pleases you. Look out! You can't find what you're after in a bottle. It only numbs your mind a little while. But soon the drink is gone, then you're confronted by the memory that led you through that door. But if it pleases you to spend your time here, then I won't be the one to stand in your way. And if you ever need me, I'll come running. No, I wouldn't change it if it pleases you. No, I wouldn't change it if it pleases you. Bum, bum. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Mr. Billy Martin. Bill, did he go after a drink of water or did he just plain quit, David?
No, I just went back for a drink of water.
Went back for a drink of water.
I tell you what do you think up to now?
Don, I think he had some real good songs. Boy, I wish we'd practiced before. He really had some good stuff.
Thank you. Y'all done a fine job.
He had some like David Rogers, though it's kind of tough, don't you, Bill?
Thank you. Thank y'all. Appreciate it.
Let him get a swallow of water. He ain't done yet. We're going to make him do some more.
Do we
But-
have a drawing tonight?
Yeah, and I forgot to bring the tickets, David. But I want to tell you, after Bill gets through, he's got some T-shirts over there and some 45s. Is that what he's got for sale? And he might have some used chainsaws and stuff. I don't know what all he's got in the trunk of his car.
I got no Model A Ford I'd like to get rid of.
Now, son, you could do that. Doy Pennell will buy a T-model Ford, wouldn't you? But I don't believe he's got it with him. Give him another hand. Get him to do a few more, would you?
Thank y'all. Appreciate that. See if I can get back in this thing again. Do-do-do-do. Don't want to mess up my hat. What do you think? That'll work. I almost don't dare do this song, but maybe Carl won't care for me doing it. I had a song that seemed like every time that I would do a jam someplace, and it just come natural for me to pick up the guitar and plunk on this particular song. And I do it a little bit different than Carl does. Carl sings so great, and he does Johnny Cash numbers just better than Johnny Cash. And this is the song that I want to do. It's a Johnny Cash song, but we want to do it Billy Martin style with twin fiddles and steel guitar and Nashville Now singers. And yeah, it's called Welcome to My Girl. No, maybe you remember this one. I think we'll do it in D, fellas. I'll try it anyway. I found him by the railroad track this morning. I could tell that he was nearly dead. I knelt down beside him and I listened at the words the dying man said. He said they let me out of prison out in Frisco. For 10 long years I'd paid for what I'd done. I was trying to get back to Louisiana to see my Rose and get to know my son. Give my love to Rose, please won't you, mister? Give her all my money, tell her buy some pretty clothes. Tell my son that daddy's so proud of him. And don't forget to give my love to Rose. All right. Mister, here's my bag with all the money. It won't last him long the way it goes. God bless you for finding me this morning. And don't forget to give my love to Rose. Give my love to Rose, please won't you, mister? Give her all my money, tell her buy some pretty clothes. Tell my son that daddy's so proud of him. And don't forget to give my love to Rose. And don't forget to give my love to Rose. Thank you, you're so nice. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you, Billy Martin. David, I think it's about time for a drawing, don't you?
Yep.
We've got a kind of a surprise tonight that we're going to give away a couple of. David hadn't even seen them. He paid for them, but he don't even know we got them yet. But we're going to give them away first, David, or last, or what?
Yeah, it sounds good to me. Or what would be better? Well, those just right real cute. Country Music Makers, Greene County Fairgrounds, Paragould, Arkansas. Let's just give a red cap away right first.
I don't know where them tickets were stirred or not when Gus gave them to me, but I'm kind of stirring them up, and I'm drawing one.
Everyone look at your tickets. The last three numbers on the ticket is number 223 for a red Country Music Makers cap. All right.
I think Bob's got us one over here now, hadn't he, Bob?
264. What's that?
264. For a purple cap, David.
For a purple cap, couldn't prove it by me. Number 264. Anyone have that number? Number 264.
Come on, Eunice Kurz, you can get it. Wasn't you? I didn't hear her say.
No, okay. Have to draw again. Number 264, the last time.
Well, I didn't see nobody leave. Fred, do you think you can do any good?
I'll take it out. That's a 242. That's good.
Room 222, he says, David.
Okay.
222.
I'll take it.
Have you got it? Well,
She must have paid twice to get in. Well,
that wasn't bad. Can't beat that. Oh, I don't need that. I thought you were going to give me another cap you had. Well, Fred done it. Let's see what Tedder can do.
For a barbecue rib plate at Osis Drive-In.
That's what I want right there.
Yeah, me too. I could sure use that right now.
About to fall out up here.
David, you'll have to look at it. I forgot I didn't bring my eyes.
Number 232. Last three numbers, 232. For a barbecue rib plate at Osis Drive-In.
Now, don't tell me you got that in two. Fred's
Right
wide.
back here. Okay.
No, she said she was lying. Does she do that very often, Fred?
One more time for another barbecue rib plate.
He cheats. He cheats.
247, David.
Number 247 for a barbecue rib plate from Osis Drive-In. Anyone have number 247? That must be mine then.
247. I see what you can do, David.
Ticket number 230. All right. For barbecue rib plate. You still gonna give away $5 bill? Mr. Jim Carroll. Okay, everybody look at your tickets one more time for a $5 bill, number 219. All right, you know you'll have to see Joyce for that. You have anything else?
I'm going to see if they ever hear this song. I tell you what, I'm going to do this song here and see if you've ever heard it. And Bill will be over here at these records and T-shirts just a minute, I believe. Anytime we're fixing to call it quits, David's got another thing or two to do, but I believe I do this in G, boys. See if you ever heard this one before. If it's loving that you want, well, I've got it. Well, baby, don't look for someone new. If it's true love that you want, look no farther. I've been saving all of my love for you. A preacher we will find, these words will say I do. I'll hold you close to me and whisper I love you. If it's loving that you want, well, I got it. Well, baby, don't look for someone new. If it's true love that you want, look no farther. I've been saving all of my love for you. Find these words will say I do. I'll hold you close to me and whisper I love you. If it's loving that you want, well, I got it. Well, baby, don't look for someone new. If it's true love that you want, look no farther. I've been saving all of my love for you. I've been saving all of my love for you. Thank you, David. It's all yours, son.
All right, I'd like to thank Billy Martin for coming tonight. Really enjoyed the show. Thank you, and good night, everybody. Come back next Saturday night. Bring someone with you.
Yeah.